The world economy has been so internationally integrated and expanded into many developing and underdeveloped regions. With the rise of geopolitical tensions, however, de-risking actions are currently in play which lead to more expatriates looking to return home as repatriates. In the beginning, expatriates are the foreigners who choose to work overseas, away from their home countries. Expatriates and their families face many challenges such as school selection for kids, food, language barrier, local custom and religious practices. They will experience cross-cultural adjustment cycle in a new environment. The U-curve cross-cultural adjustment cycle includes phases of honeymoon, culture shock and settlement adaptation over time. The U-curve cross-cultural adjustment cycle depicts different emotional development experienced by expatriates during the cultural adjustment process over time, lasting several months and onwards. During the honeymoon phase, expatriates experience and learn about the local lifestyle and interact with host nationals. Culture shock is the phase of confusion, depression, and negative attitudes experienced by expatriates in a new environment. Settlement is the final phase where expatriates become fully integrated into their new environment. Some studies show that expatriates experience a similar U-curve cross-cultural adjustment process when they return home. And, hence reverse U-curve culture shock occurs, experiencing a W-curve adjustment process. International companies face serious shortage of talented business leaders and managers. Repatriation failures affect talent retention and human resource development. There are significant financial and non-financial stakes involved in managing repatriation process to minimize the potential losses resulting from expatriation failure, including the loss of business deals as well as of experienced staff. Top management of multinational companies should make international work exposure a critical component of the total leadership training program for developing future business leaders and talents to fill their leadership pipeline. In essence, it is therefore recommended that expatriation management to be incorporated in the strategic business planning process. Companies can introduce, as a general practice, the assignment of a career mentor to every expatriate throughout his or her overseas assignment to render career mentoring and psychological support. Mentors can help expatriates to stay in the loop, thus avoiding the out of sight, out of mind situations, and also ensure that expatriates are kept informed of changes in the home organizations and of any career opportunities that may arise. There are always financial impacts due to the withdrawal of companies' overseas allowance and benefits, and the extra expenditure needed to re-establish the home. It is recommended that companies should consider extending housing and school assistance in the same manner as when expatriates are relocated overseas. Also, companies can consider offer some financial counseling program and financial relief scheme to assist repatriates to settle down quickly. Repatriates to receive local training opportunities, such as seminars or short-term executive programs, to allow them to adapt to and to interact with the local mainstream environment. They can also be involved in training programs, being given opportunities, for example, for roles as pre-departure trainers to other would-be expatriates, or being nominated as mentors to other existing expatriates. These will make them feel valued and respected in the organization. Also, similar career counseling and assistance can be arranged for repatriate spouses. In general, there is a need for an integrated strategy to realize the value of repatriate experience in a coherent manner. In the new global labor market, companies may have to be flexible in finding alternative career arrangements for expatriates and repatriates. It could be necessary to offer local employment contracts, with some transitional compensation measures, for those repatriates who would like to make their original host location their new home. The alternative is that some expatriates would resolve to leave their company for others in the newfound more familiar host location if they are not given a chance to switch their home base. Most of the recommendations so far have dwelled on what multinational companies could or should do. However, it is evident that expatriates, in their own best interests, should also consider what they can do to assist in the process of repatriation. Similar to the argument that repatriation is an integral part of total expatriation program, expatriates and their family members should prepare themselves from the beginning of, and during, their overseas assignment period. Expatriates need to maintain regular contacts with the home organization throughout their overseas assignment in order to avoid the out of sight, out of mind problem. There are many ways in which this can be achieved. One would be to seek regular business or home trips to visit former staff and colleagues to keep themselves updated on company developments. Most importantly, modern communication tools such as email, voice and video conference are good means to help keep in touch with company colleagues and maintain social contacts with other home-based family members and friends. This situation, however, poses quite some challenges for companies and repatriates alike. Insofar as the international companies have been managing in such labor-intensive production in cost-competitive regions like China, India or Vietnam etc., then it is difficult to find suitable positions for repatriates upon their return. MNCs are likely to have been involved in downsizing or restructuring operations there and are now emphasizing employability instead of long-term loyalty. Employees will likely show more commitment to developing personal career growth and to take greater responsibility for maintaining their own employability and career marketability. Repatriates need to develop more realistic career expectation by regularly checking the job opportunities in the home organizations. They will have to be patient and flexible in terms of job placements, and be prepared for the financial impacts due to the withdrawal of overseas allowances and benefits, and the extra cost needed to help settle down at home. Repatriates and their family members should regularly and openly discuss among themselves potential social, school and other readjustment concerns. It is important to seek mutual understanding and support from each family member, and if necessary repatriates should seek help from company management and other family members. During the overseas assignment period, expatriates and their family members should capitally on their extra remuneration and work out careful mid to long-term financial plans on investment, saving, medical health and insurance matters. In some cases, professional advice should be sought as financial planning is too important to leave it to chance. In most cases, repatriates will inevitably experience some financial setbacks due to the withdrawal of expatriates' allowance and benefits upon returning to home environment. However, with prudent and careful financial planning, repatriates would be more able to weather through both the financial shock alongside the much heralded reverse cultural shock. Disclaimer: this presentation is for entertainment purposes only. Seek professional advice for accurate information.